step into the ring. Dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh man, this would be a sick fight song, like a sick like walkout track.
What do you mean? It is. Oh, you mean to literally walk out into a
Yeah,
ring?
yeah. Man,
That's a short one.
we haven't talked to each other in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Well, we've been keeping up.
We had
but,
we had a bit of a spat.
Yeah, we had a quarrel.
Lovers
for
quarrel.
Sure. I mean, I brought something into the bedroom. You weren't necessarily the most comfortable with it. I learned it from my parents, though.
Oh, it wasn't. It was a technique.
Yeah. It was like check out this
Forbidden move.
check out this sweet technique that I learned from my dad when I was a boy. It's called piss play.
Oh no.
Speaking of piss play, how illegal is public urination? Okay, I got a lot of questions. Hold on.
It's illegal. It's illegal.
My dad's a weird guy. I don't know if you've actually have you spoken to my dad at any point? You probably spoken to my mom.
I've been in the room with your dad speaking. I don't know if I've spoken directly to him.
My dad's a fucking weirdo because he grew up in like the 50s, you know? So, you know, they're all like fucked up because everything was like super cool. He was a white dude growing up in the 50s. Like, you know, you're literally a god. So, he's like, there was apparently, because he also was like, you know, the generation that grew up you were like forced to shower after gym class, you know, and dudes would just get showered. It's like the type of old guy that would just have their cock out in the locker room. That's my dad, you know, where it's like there's no shame, right? So like,
does he wear Speedos to the beach? Just like,
no, not a speed. Well, you know, he doesn't wear a Speedo because he's ashamed of it. It's just not his look, you know.
Right.
If he grew up in France, he would definitely wear a Speedo to the beach.
Canada.
There's
It's
no
always
question.
It's Canadians, yeah.
Canadians, yeah.
In Maine, you see an old guy in a Speedo. It's like, fucking Canadian, you know.
Because I can tell you for a fact, I haven't seen it since I was but a boy, but I can tell you, my dad's junk has never seen a razor blade. There's no question.
Well, yeah, no, of course,
no doubt. But I'm just thinking now. I remember Connor and I we were visiting Austin before we moved down, and we went to this like swimming hole, basically, you know, like on a park, and goddamn, and it's like, you know, it's Austin. My dad's used to swimming holes being super secluded in low traffic areas, you know, and he's very much the, you know, if you got to get changed, you're gonna change kind of in the woods, you know, which you can do where we're from, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's enough coverage where you could find some, but so we're in the parking lot of this fucking watering hole that I would say probably gets maybe like a cool 500,000 people visiting it a year.
It's the watering hole.
Yeah, it's the one. and we're in the parking lot, and my dad's like, "It's like, you guys can go on ahead. I'm gonna change." And I'm like, "What?" He has the car door. He's wedged himself into the nook between the car door and the car itself, and just drops trow right then and there, just like Donald Duck in it with the shirt, you know, and just changes into fucking swim trunks. And I'm like, damn, that is a ballsy move, because I don't think my dad would get a cute old guy pass on that one. I think my dad might be spending some serious legal money on fucking keeping himself out of prison for like some sort of sex offense based on where I live.
You know?
I
mean, you're not gonna. I mean, if it's just for a second, hopefully, you know, at his advanced age, you're good at doing it fast at that point.
Technically, it's probably
both
so
changing
wrinkled
and
that
jerking off.
It's probably so wrinkled that it's not even identifiable as a like genitalia.
Yeah, officer, you saw how soft I was. It's impossible for me to.
This is clearly not so. I'm not getting any kind of sexual rush out of this. You know, and I mean, and you know, it's Barton Springs. It's a bunch of fucking homeless people shitting all over the place there anyway. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah,
but
they're
like,
not getting tickets. Yeah.
I just thought of that. But really, the story I want to tell is because obviously it's been a slow week. You know, it's like really nothing's transpired of note. So the most significant thing that has occurred, at least in my life, was I was driving home, and it wasn't like terribly late at night. So the bars aren't even open here because because of COVID. Bars are closed.
Okay.
And I can't believe I saw the most brazen act of public urination I have ever been witness to in my entire life. It was unbelievable. This I was at a heavily trafficked intersection, and there's a burger chain here. What a burger! It was a Whataburger, and I see this girl just straight up leaning against that shit, pants down on the ground, straight up peeing against that Whataburger.
Wow.
In and it's lit. Like it's not even like
she's not in
super
the dark,
late.
not in the shadows. She's not.
No,
she's not
no.
fucking. Her detection meter is. She's not in a shadowed area.
Everyone at this intersection caught a clean view of this girl's gash as she was spraying it, and I'm like, that's. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, if I were some sort of fellow of low moral standing, if I were some sort of cretin, I could use this to my advantage. Because if she's inebriated enough, you could go up to her and be like, I saw what you did. I own you now. I will call the cops on you. Because
no one would fall for that. No one would be drunk enough to fall. If she's pissing out like that, she's done it before. There's no way.
Or she's into it. Or maybe the play is this. It's you open with I'm a cretin in this scenario. I'm some sort of sex degenerate, and a pest, if you will. And I go up to her and I'm like, girl.
Ethan's strategy for pesting a girl. So here's how I pest him. Here's how I fucking do it, dude. You gotta wait until you find one pissing on a Whataburger.
You gotta catch yourself a really rare specimen. I mean, this is a unicorn.
Yeah.
Dude, public urination. I mean, that's just a dime a dozen.
Yeah, this is a shiny public pisser, is what this is.
Yeah. This is a serious squatter here. And you go up to her and you're like,
you walk up to her and she's drunk, piss drunk, literally, but you're still trying to do pickup lines. You're like, I heard there were a lot of squatters around here. I didn't know this is what they've.
Oh my God.
And then you see all her teeth are gone. You're like,
No. I'm telling you, if you're gonna have to be subjected to a girl peeing while you're at an intersection at a traffic light, stopped, waiting to get home. There are way worse girls to witness peeing. This girl was young and pretty hot,
Wow. Okay.
She was probably I would put her, if she was this drunk, you would hope that she's of age to consume alcohol. But I would probably put it a little below. I think she's probably kicking it around like 19 or 20 or something.
Wow,
but anyway,
okay.
But anyway, you go up to her and you're like, look, girl, I know the Whataburger has wronged you, but I will in some way. They must have. I don't know why you would be peeing on their building.
You think she was mad at the Whataburger?
Well, why would you?
You don't think she was just there?
Well, if you're there, they're open 24/7. Go inside and pee in the bathroom. It's pretty much a preferable option in every conceivable way.
Oh, okay.
Because they're a 24-hour establishment, and even if they weren't, this is still well within operating hours of most chain.
Yeah.
This was, dude, it was like 9:30.
Right.
So anyway. Which I don't know. She had a witness there as well. She had like a friend who was I guess keeping guard. Where she's like, "Girl, go ahead, squat. I got you. I'll make sure nobody looks." It's just... But anyway, so you go up to her and you ask her if you can drink her piss, and the thing, I think the odds are kind of good that that's on the table. Frankly, it's like, okay. If you're the type of person,
you have to get in there quick before she's done.
Yeah, hold on, squeeze it, tighten up. You gotta tighten up that urethra real quick.
I have a proposition. Hold on, stop real quick. I have a deal.
What the fuck?
I'm a businessman. Please stop peeing, man. I haven't.
Hold on, how can we flip it? How can you flip this into a profitable business? Because it's like, woman, you do not understand the powers that you hold. You are truly a gifted individual, and I think we could turn this into some real hard cash.
Yes. Well,
I think there's a market.
Turn it into at least a mutually beneficial arrangement. I benefit by getting piss in my mouth, and you benefit by pissing.
Well, I think it beyond that. Initially, I went up with the idea of getting piss in my mouth, but now I'm realizing, wait a minute. Why am I shelling out money when I could be raping? Uh-oh.
There it is. There it is. The truth comes out.
Oh gosh.
You couldn't even make it through the whole explanation of this phony fucking scheme before your true intentions shown
I fucking killed
shown
her.
through. You're like, all I gotta do is keep this a secret for the rest of my life. And then you're on a podcast the day after, like, I fucking killed her. I did it behind the Whataburger. It's on 6th and fucking and.
I dumped her body where my dad changed that one time out by the fucking water goal. He made me do it. But
she's wearing a yellow crop top and she's fucking sandals on it.
I mean, I think you could definitely get a pretty serious OnlyFans viewer base going with public piss. You know, because like I think
that market
OnlyFans
might be a little. I think the market might be a little saturated. I don't know what that YouTube video is.
God.
You missed my saturated joke though.
I heard it. I heard your saturated joke.
Okay.
It was very good.
Thank you.
But anyway, yeah, I just thought that was a good story. I have no.
Were you just driving by, or were you coming out of the Whataburger or something?
I was driving by. I wish I should have turned it. If I didn't have somebody in my car, I would have turned into that Whataburger to go really get into the shit and really examine what was going on. I was talking to my friend who was in the car with me. We were like, what if it's okay? Piss, you know, it's bad, but like it'll be gone. No, I think the only people who will ever be aware of the fact that urine that
piss
even
it's
took
bad.
place. The only people who even know that took place were like the people at the intersection and the girls in her party, because there weren't any windows facing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dozens, but like nobody's gonna do anything about it. I don't even think any of the Whataburger employees are even gonna know it happened.
Was anyone on the road honking?
No, I should have. But
see if she falls over into her own piss.
You wouldn't believe what this sex pest did when he saw a girl peeing on a Whataburger. I would get canceled so hard. What? Why are you piss shaming her, bro? If she was shitting, it's so many magnitudes worse.
You saw the piss.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I saw a little trickle. Which I basically
was she good at was it hitting her leg, or did she have good tech?
I think her tech was pretty solid. She really hit the wall sit. So like her
okay. So it was running down along the wall.
Yeah, well, it was flowing free. I don't think she left any sort of trail on the wall. So really, it's almost a victimless crime when you think about it. but yeah, no, she really had it down. She must have been a practiced public pisser, maybe. Frankly, but yeah, that's what's going on with me. We were gonna be hanging out in person.
Yeah.
But unfortunately. I shot a gig, so I was gonna fly up on a Monday. I shot a gig on a Saturday.
I thought you were flying up on Wednesday.
Oh, it was something like that. Whatever, you know, it was.
Yeah, it was Wednesday the 28th, correct?
That sounds right.
I had this all down. See, okay, so here's what happened from my perspective, because this confused me greatly.
Sure.
You told me you're coming up on the 28th, and then the afternoon of the 28th, you text me and you're like, yeah, someone who was at a gig I shot was exposed to COVID, they tested positive for COVID, so I delayed my trip, and
yes.
I believed it for about 10 seconds, and then I went, okay, wait a second, hold on. First of all, you've pulled this on me before, except with Connor, where Connor didn't tell me he was coming up here, and then he walked through my door when we were hanging out, and
it was pretty good. That was an excellent execution.
It worked. But so I was thinking, okay, your story here makes so little sense. It sounds like something that you made up on the plane and like texted me as you landed, because first of all, you like, if I was like about to fly out somewhere and then like got an email like, oh, someone in a room you were in just I would be like tug my collar a little bit and then just like fucking get on the plane, because who's gonna delay a trip for that reason? And also you've realized it like the exact day. It was just too perfect. So I had this whole conspiracy worked out where I was gonna double trick you by knowing that you were coming here in secret, and I was going to get Connor in on it because I thought he was in on it with you, but then he didn't know what the fuck was going on. But then when I told him, he believed me, and he also thought you were fucking with us. So then we had a plan. It was... And the entire time we were waiting for you to like show up somewhere. You just never did. And eventually it was all three of us. It was everyone who was up here hanging out, just going like, wait a second, if he's up here, how is he going to find us if he doesn't know when we're hanging out or anything?
You guys are planning to break into my parents' house to see that I'm like in my bed or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We
just walking on your parents' boning. Yeah.
You just walk anywhere near my property and you see my dad changing into fucking swim trunks.
Yeah.
No. So I was going to come because I got an initial email on Tuesday, which was like, yeah, there were like 2 people at this wedding, tested positive or whatever, and I'm like, that's, I was wearing a mask. It's fine. I didn't even interact with those people much at any point anyway. And then an hour and a half before I'm supposed to be at the airport, I'm like literally going to run errands. I'm like dropping off my rent,
Yeah.
And I get an email while I'm sitting dropping off my rent that it's actually there are 25 people who were infected at this wedding. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
The escalation was like, and I'm like, I went through all the stages of grief in the span of 5 minutes. If somebody watched me in my car, it would be like, that guy's a fucking psycho for sure. So anyway, obviously I did not come up because I was like, that sucks. So I isolate immediately, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a test going. So I schedule a test for the next day. So my test is scheduled for Thursday. I go take it Thursday morning, and then I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And my business partner got a test on Friday. We're both waiting. Tuesday rolls around the next week. It's supposed to take 48 hours, but whatever. Tuesday rolls around the next week. My business partner gets his negative results, and I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. He got it before I did. He went to the same site after I did. Yeah. Whatever. So I'm waiting, isolating. I'm stuck inside for a straight week. Mm-hmm. I've not interacted with a human soul. Except
getting your food delivered and shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had Whole Foods delivered to my apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm waiting. And I call and I'm like, where are these results? I have to go outside and live my life now, please. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll get back to you on that. So I'm waiting some more.
You're being way too nice of it. Like I would have said, first of all, I would have gotten on the plane. You're surprisingly responsible in that regard. But after like 2 days after they're supposed to come back and they didn't come back, and I don't have any symptoms, I'm like, okay, fuck this. I can't believe you waited that long.
Well, I picked up something at the wedding. Like I definitely did. Like I picked
up. Oh, you felt
like
sick.
Yeah, no. Like
okay.
On the Monday, I had the runs all day. I was just glued to the toilet.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's. Hold on. I bet
everything's wrapped up.
Yeah, everything. Okay, fine, yeah. Sure.
And I'm like, it combined with this news, I was like, this seems quite likely. And I wouldn't even have been able to have any fun. I would have gone up, and I'm like, I might just be killing my parents right now.
Yeah.
And also and then imagine like Declan will be so pissed at me if I give him COVID. But yeah, I finally got my fucking results back today. It turns out, yeah, I'm negative. So I spent 2 weeks with uncertainty, lying to people saying that I had a COVID test. So that's what went on with me. How are you been, buddy? How are things on your end?
Fine. Hold on. I had what was I about to ask / comment on? So like that day you were getting on the flight, you were feeling off already.
It felt off on Monday. I felt better on Tuesday, and then Wednesday I was pretty much there. I was pretty much back to normal, but I get the information. It's like 20 people have been infected. Immediately, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a little hot. I go, ooh, psychosomatic, what is it? Fuck it, whatever it is. Psychosymptomatic?
Psychosomatic? I don't know.
That sounds right. Anyway, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. Pretty much everything in my life is fine except I can't smell anything. I don't know. It's weird. Psychosomatic.
Psychosomatic, yeah.
Caused or aggravated by a mental factor such as internal conflict or stress.
So yeah, other than that, nothing has been happening.
No, nothing's been
I
happening with
I
me.
did I did burn 20,000 pieces of paper though. There was like
That's fun.
I saw like this bag of mail, and I'm like, shit. I wonder what's going on in this bag of mail because it's just sitting out on the street. I pick it up and I'm like, it's all postmarked, like official U.S. U.S. documents and stuff, government documents. And I'm like, shit. I wonder what's going on there. I open one up. Apparently, there were like a bunch of people had written check marks on these things. I just fucking burned them. They smelled good. A lot of people don't understand that the glue that is on like postage, like the glue that is on envelopes is actually psychoactive.
Ooh,
so if you burn all that shit, it smells really
yeah.
good and gets you fucking lit.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what I got. We watched an anime.
Oh no, this is what I was gonna say. So first of all, your text message, you say, had to postpone my trip to New York. I was exposed to a couple of people who had COVID at a gig I shot recently. You didn't say it was 25 people. Like, why did you deliberately understate it? Is that such a crazy, like, yeah, I postponed this entire trip because of a couple people. Why did you make it sound less urgent? Because I told I told Steven about this, and he was like, yeah, he's been commenting really politely on these, I forget what social media site, and he's like, yeah, he doesn't usually do that. I think he's gonna kill himself.
What? Wait, what?
Because you said you were being unusually nice. You commented on his picture of himself as Mr. Rogers.
Can't do nice things for my. Wait, what? Am I some sort of giant asshole and I don't know it?
No, he just says you don't usually make comments. I don't know.
Oh no, yeah, no. I guess so. I was stuck.
And you were sending you were sending me pictures, nostalgic pictures of us hanging out from years ago.
Oh, I mean,
and I was like, oh, that's funny. But then when Steven said that, I was like, oh, wait a second.
No, I was absolutely squirting molten hot lava out of my asshole. And so I was sitting, just like, oh, it hurts.
It'd be nice if you had COVID and you had horrible diarrhea and also couldn't smell. That would be kind of a silver lining, I guess.
But can I still feel?
Yeah, you sent me all these pictures of when we were at the neon golf,
it's amazing.
What's that place even called? But the indoor mini golf place, Glow Golf, and we found a huge like kids birthday party set up. And I took a bunch of. I'm supposed to look sad in these pictures next to all these signs that say "Party it up," but I just look tired and fat.
We were so lit. I mean,
I don't think we were. I tried to. I did like a big shot of Kraken before going in. I don't think I really.
I drank in the car.
Me too. I don't think I really got there though. I think I got enough.
That facility had absolutely no business being that ghetto,
and that open for so long.
Yeah, like I mean,
I don't know how half the businesses in that town stay open, except for like in the mall, and even the mall is like, malls aren't doing great these days.
There's rough stuff right now.
So many businesses. Like, who's going to this? Every time I go anywhere, it's empty. I mean, I guess this year especially, but even normally, where the fuck are people getting? Why are people going into these?
That mall operates entirely based on income derived from the merry-go-round. It is entirely merry-go-round driven. Yeah, carousel driven, whatever it is. But there's like hella storefronts that are still open there. They got like, I mean, at LL Bean, that's safe, because people who shop at LL Bean are going to go buy stuff in person,
Sure.
But I wonder how the two beanbag stores are doing. The two.
I didn't know there was a beanbag store in there.
No, there were dueling. I don't know. I think one of them's gone, but there were dueling beanbag stores at one point across from each other. Directly, you know where the GameStop was?
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
the corner of the food court, like on the other side.
Yeah.
Right next to the GameStop, there was a beanbag store, and then across from it, there was also a beanbag store, and one of them was like one of them was kind of like a hippie beanbag store, and it was like a little bit like Yeah, I took shrooms once, man. It was pretty fucked up. And then across
Yeah,
the
it sounds
way,
like most of these establishments in the mall are just for people who got high and then couldn't think of anything to do besides wander around the mall. Like, we got a
and
beanbag store, we got video games, we got ice cream, fucking.
that beanbag store exists specifically for like the teenagers that work there to grope their girlfriends, like in the back of the store,
Yes.
because there's like a whole bunch of dividers and stuff, and then like they're in the back corner. There's a huge one. So I'm just imagining how many like store manager, like 19-year-old store managers finger blasted their girlfriends on that
I
thing.
want the beanbag stores to be owned by like two Lebanese guys who, like, if you're in there and you're talking to him, he's like, you're like, at beanbags and more, these are only 200, and he goes, what? And he smashes one, and the beads go everywhere.
He looks across the way. The camera fucking rack focuses over to the other owner, who's like smiling and nodding at him.
It's a Pakistani guy and an Indian guy,
Yeah.
and one of them's always breaking into dance moves. It's great. Yeah.
The great divide. Who's I'm trying to think of who's the manager of Rainbow Walk has to go over there and break it up. Guys, please.
It's an Italian guy from a spaghetti restaurant. He's like, please, my friends, I love you both. I hate that you
one
see
family.
so many
Family
beans.
here.
So many beans are spilled, and why?
Slow motion as they tear each other's work to shreds.
One guy's got a scimitar, and the other one is just blows himself up with an IED. I don't know what Pakistani people do.
Man. Oh, yeah, that mall. Some good times there.
Yeah.
Glow Golf moved into the mall.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder if it's still there. Let's
God,
find out.
fucking I. One more silver lining of COVID is hopefully that place finally just is put out of its misery.
Oh, that's open. Oh, yeah, that's open.
Open. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, it's on Facebook. Let's see what they got going on Facebook. Oh wow! I've got the first post that they made from the only post that they made from this account, which was when they opened in 2015 at the
Beautiful.
Ethan Allen. Because everything. I'm sure we've talked about this at some point, but all of the all of the courses were made from things that were left over at the Ethan Allen store that went out of business there. So like they had built all of the courses out of like banisters and stuff. Like there was like an octopus that they made from like bed posts and shit. It was really something.
Sick.
Surely an American success story that they're still around. Anyway.
And just real quick, movie update because.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Because
I've been excited.
I need to publicly shame Steven. So we didn't record last week, but to finish out Vampire October, I really had to push him and Connor to finish out Vampire October because they were really done with that. And I was like, it's the last day. We just got to watch 2 more vampire movies. We watched Blade 2 and The Lost Boys. Blade 2, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Did not know that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fucking good movie. It's like
yeah, I hear Blade 2 sick. I've never.
It is sick. So that's great. Lost Boys. It's Lost Boys, yeah. It's Corey Feldman and the other kid are the best part of that movie. This week, we could not think of a theme. I thought of one like halfway through the night, which was in honor of maybe President Joe Biden. We only watch movies where the main character's name is Jack.
Listen here, Jack.
Yeah, listen here,
Jack.
Fat, yeah. The main character has to be either fat or named Jack.
We found one movie. It's got Jack Black in it. It's about a fat girl. We're gonna be watching Shallow Hal. It's the only movie.
Sure, yeah. But we watched. We finally. I finally was able to watch The Bad Lieutenant because no one else has wanted to watch that throughout the years.
Oh, the Nick Cage one?
Nick Cage, directed by Werner Herzog?
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to watch that for a hot minute now.
You should probably watch it. It's pretty good.
I'm
Actually good.
to.
It's not even like it's good.
Yeah.
Actually good. And then we watched what the fuck was the other thing we watched? Oh, just fuck. Okay, this is why I needed to shame Steven, because he's been bugging us for 2 weeks about watching the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh my gosh.
And he was bugging us to watch it last week, and I was like,
What a
no, we're not
drag.
watching that. And then the next morning he was like, dude, Sean Connery died. We could have watched the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So then this week, I have no ideas. We finally just fucking watch it, and it's like, I was pausing it throughout to fucking scream at him, like, you texted us, like, as if you had been vindicated. Like, we could have watched this fucking piece of shit movie.
Yeah, it's
which
such a
was
fucking piece
like
of ass.
the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And then Sean Connery like dies, and you think that would have been like good? What the fuck is the matter with you? We would have been miserable. That would have been terrible.
Yeah, you guys could. It's like you could have been watching like fucking Live and Let Die.
That was his last role. That was his last live action role before he retired.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah, he retired. I mean,
shit,
he did retire for
too.
17 years, which is pretty fucking cool. You don't hear about a lot of actors getting to do that.
Wow.
But,
Bought it at 90.
What, 90?
He bought it at 90. Snuffed it.
Oh, yeah.
Died. Yeah.
I think he was 89. I don't know if he...
I thought he turned the clock over.
Oh,
Let's
maybe.
see. Yep. Died. October 31st, 2020 is when he died. And he was born in August of 1930. So he was indeed 90. He died in the Bahamas. I mean, come on.
Oh, sick.
Come on. Come on.
But
you can do any better than that.
Literally miserable movie. Every second of it was just infuriating. I found
it's completely insufferable. It's like it's not even like you can really get into it. It's in that era of garbage.
It's really it's one of the few movies that I've watched all the way through that is actually unwatchable. And yet I watched it.
Yeah,
I felt ruined afterwards. I felt violated. I think I was genuinely offended. I was like, I think this is what this feels like. This is so insulting to art that I felt like distressed.
Oh god,
like I was being victimized. The CG is like so not only bad but like grotesque in a way that's like it's like anti-art. It's so just horrible. I was watching just like, this is horrible. I wasn't even like, I stopped being angry at some point. I was like, this is horrible. This is terrible. Stop doing this. Stop
the movie. Stop. So
Please
get me
stop
off
the
this
movie.
wild ride.
Yeah.
It's not even like a wild ride. It's like, get me off of this, like the first ride that you see when you get into a theme park. That's like, it's good for kids. You know, okay, explain to me. I haven't seen this movie in like probably like 12 years. So please give me the rundown on why this was so ass cheeks, because I remember it being ass cheeks. I just remember nothing from it.
It's, first of all, I thought, what's the movie I get it mixed up with that has like William H. Macy in it? I don't remember.
God, you keep explaining. I'll look it up.
Yeah. Maybe I just totally conflated it with some other movie that has nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, it's like I was calling everything a second before it happened, you know, and it was just like every trope. There's like a hot vampire lady who don't need no man to protect her.
Yeah, she's like a bad fighty lady,
they're all
right?
characters. You know, Dorian Gray is in there, and he's like he's an annoying boy toy, and Sean Connery is Alan Quatermain, who's from what are the books? King Solomon's Mines, and he's like an African hunter, but he's British, and he can shoot things from far away, and he's Sean Connery, and Captain Nemo is in there, and he's an Indian guy, but he's got a British accent, which I guess makes sense because they would have been British back then.
Yeah, sure.
But he has this gigantic. I kept thinking there was going to be time travel shit because everything is so anachronistic that I thought like the movie starts out with this really shitty looking tank made out of like clearly cardboard. But I thought that was supposed to make it like futuristic because of how featureless it was. And then it's like 1899, but a bunch of like Nazis come out and steal something from like a library. So I thought they were like traveling through time to steal stuff to do
Sure,
something.
sure. Yeah, that would make sense for like an adaptation of a comic book.
Yeah, and then Captain Nemo has this huge like pearl colored like really shitty looking submarine that's like just like it looks like it looks like an assault rifle. It looks like an M16. Looks like an AR-15. It just is this very modern design, like very like sharp angles and just like gross and not cool at all.
It's like one of those kind of gross is it diesel punk?
It's called diesel punk on Wikipedia. Yeah, like it's
God.
so which I guess is like steampunk but shittier.
Yeah, it's just awful.
Everything's ugly and awful. And this is also when Universal was trying for the first time its, Monsters Universe series before they retried it again in like 2017. So we watched Van Helsing a couple weeks ago, and that has a scene where Hugh Jackman kills Mr. Hyde, and then they have Mr. Hyde in this one too. And
wait, they tried this before? I didn't realize that this was supposed to be...
Yeah, the
oh my god.
The vampire lady, she knows Van Helsing, and so it's like, it's in that universe, and they bring Mr. Hyde in, and he's part of the team. And
let me tell you right now, this is free advice. Yeah. This is you can have this one for free, baby. Nobody will ever give a fuck about a monster expanded universe ever again. The Universal monsters, I mean. People are going to care about Godzilla versus King Kong, but nobody's going to care. You cannot get people to care about the fucking Invisible Man.
I mean, I think the Invisible Man's in this.
Yeah, you can't get people to care about.
They call him. I forget what his name is. His name is like Sneaky or something. He sounds like Jason Statham. He's a Cockney British guy. And then there's some scenes where he paints white paint on his face to make himself visible, and in some scenes it's all CG and it looks awful, and he's like a CG guy with white face walking around, and then in some scenes he's a live action actor whose face has been painted entirely white, and it's so clear to see the transition. Like he'll just be this awful floating PS2 cutscene guy, and then it'll transition and he's just a guy sitting there with white all over his face. It's so fucking funny.
Yo, have you ever seen the CGI face mask that they did in that one Halloween movie?
No.
It's Michael Myers has a CGI face in one of the Halloween movies for some reason, as if like the mask is, as if we don't have masks pretty much figured out. Like,
I could see like if it was moving, if it had a bunch of maggots on it or something.
No, it looks like look at that.
Oh, let me look at that.
Oh my
god. They must have had a shitty mask and like decided to replace it or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Hold on. CGI Michael Myers. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's see. I think it's H2. Is it H2O? That doesn't sound right.
That's the one everyone hates. I don't know if you're right though, about Universal, because I feel like, I would have predicted no one would ever give a shit about Ant-Man or any of these, fucking the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, that's different because there's a hook, because people want to see Iron Man. People want to see Spider-Man.
Those movies don't have Iron Man or Spider-Man in them though, and they were very successful.
but the hook is that people have already seen the other movies in that universe. I don't think you're gonna go get people to see a fucking what are the other Universal monsters? You're not gonna get people to go see a Swamp Thing movie or whatever.
If you get a big name actor Dracula. And you're like you have to, because you have to start out with like Marvel started out with Iron Man. It was like hey, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back, big movie. You start with your most popular characters, and then you work things in, and then you have a big one where they're all together, and that gets people excited. They could do it, I think. Like you start out with.
Did you see that new Frankenstein movie? Kind of like fucking sauntered around for 2 hours. Shit was awesome. Shit was fucking rad, dude. Who do you get to play?
Because the Frankenstein movie would be mostly about Dr. Frankenstein, I assume. But you would start with like, you'd start with
the sickest one. You got here's the order. I've got them listed right here. You ready for them?
Sure.
It's Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, the Wolfman, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. I'm gonna say the Wolfman could be sick. The
Yeah, you
creature
do
from
a
the Black
Wolfman
Lagoon
with a
could be
really
sick.
beloved actor, and it's like you do like a Joker. You start out with like a Joker, basically, like
Right.
huge vehicle, really, you like acting, just like performance based, just like boom, here's this guy, and then you do that a couple times, and then you put them together. They could have
But
done it.
what is going to be what is added when you have the Wolfman and the Invisible Man in the same movie?
You make them
Like
quip.
what?
You give them Aaron Sorkin quips. Like who cares? People are idiots. Just space them out at least a year apart, and just have them be homoerotic, fucking
Yeah.
quip people. Just quip based life forms. Just quip fuckers.
The
Everyone's a
Invisible
fucking
Man.
quip machine. Yeah. Here's our new hero. It's the quip machine. He makes quips.
The
Everyone
Invisible
in
Man.
these movies is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's still they get the fucking quips down at least. Okay, they brought in all the characters too quick, but everything's fucking quips. Fuck, Tom Sawyer's in there. He's played by
Tom Sawyer.
Shane Black. No, that's the director.
One of them Shanes.
Shane West, I think.
Yeah, Tom Sawyer. Like,
And then,
oh, man.
Alan Quartermain's teaching him to shoot a gun, and it's like, whoa, it's like British icon, American icon, wow. And then when Alan Quartermain dies, he says which by the way, normal thing to say as you're dying. He says, "I leave this new century to you." And then Tom Sawyer he becomes a man, even though he's 28. It sucks.
what year is Tom Sawyer? The fuck it, whatever. It's an
I don't know. It
anachronistic,
takes
like
place
you
in
said.
1899.
Yeah. Okay. Which one you want? I want the Wolfman. Give me the Wolfman. It's like
Yeah, sure.
or actually, do you need to tackle the dumbest one first? Like,
No.
do you think?
No, you wait until you've established some cred, I think, where you start the really dumb ones.
Because like Dracula, that shit's done. Like I don't fucking want to touch Dracula at all.
I mean, yeah, you have to reboot it in a modern setting, maybe. I don't know.
What is perhaps if it were to be like 80s New York, right? And it's not entirely clear whether or not this person is a vampire or is not a vampire, and they get into kind of crazy situations where they like murder people in a nightclub or walk around with a stake asking people to kill them. Now we're fucking cooking.
Well, it's the origin story, right? So he's becoming the first vampire. So it would be, that would be very Joker-esque as well. Basically, just make 3 Jokers and then put them all together.
Fuck it. I got it.
Make one of them more actiony. Maybe Wolfman has some more action. Dracula maybe a bit more tortured.
You can get Nick Cage for free. Nick Cage will show up.
Yeah.
Because he's got some lawsuits. So I mean, those divorces aren't cheap. So you could, if you toss Nick a cool $500,000, you can get Nick Cage to be Frankenstein.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's what you're looking for.
Bad Lieutenant was so good. Like he was. Like he had obviously asked permission to go off the rails, and he does.
Yeah.
But it's also the point of the movie, which is great because he keeps just getting more and more absolutely fucked. And I haven't seen a Safdie Brothers movie. I felt like I was watching them because the way everyone describes them is it is pure anxiety-inducing, and this movie is so fucking where every second he is just fucking himself and digging himself into a deeper and deeper hole, and it is excruciating to watch in a really fun way, and it's like it also perfectly encapsulates the way like he's like clearly on like heroin all the time, and all of his coworkers are really uncomfortable, but they're not gonna say anything, so he's just like shambling around, like he's slurring all his speech. He's fucking losing it, and everyone at the police station and everyone he talks to is just like, it's like so uncomfortable because of how fucked up he is. It is great.
But that honestly sounds pretty fucking real. Like,
it is kind of real in a way. Like, it's like he's like
Well, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be the one that pulls the fucking string? Are you gonna be the one who's like, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna tell him he's gone too far? I'm gonna be the one that's like, I'm gonna put this up the chain of command because clearly this guy's lost. Who's gonna stir that pot?
Yeah, and also Werner Herzog doesn't know how to make art because he's a documentary filmmaker. So there's some parts that are supposed to be symbolic or something, but by a man who doesn't know how to do that, and it's just like 2 parts of the movie, and it's very strange. It's so great. There's a scene where he's thousands and thousands of dollars in gambling debt, betting on sports, and he needs to get a shit ton of money for other shit too because he's gonna get killed otherwise. So he finds an NFL player, like a not really important NFL player, and pulls him over for buying weed and tells him to rig a game to win by a certain or win or lose by a certain number of points. And the guy's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Just do this for me," and the guy is like so fucking weirded out.
Well, he's on fucking like smackhead logic.
Yeah, and also like he's so fucked that he has nothing left to lose because he's gonna get shot otherwise. So like, and the guy's and this like big fat black guy is scared out of his mind. So and then like later he's watching the game he's supposed to be in, and the guy's sitting out on the sidelines and he's not even playing because he got injured or something.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. Like just this minor player telling him to fucking fix this whole game, and then he wins anyway. It's just pure by chance.
Incredible. That's like Nick Cage's best stuff. Like
that's supposed to be him at his cagiest, and I would agree. Yes.
Or if you look like it's like okay, like Leaving Las Vegas. That's do you know anything about Leaving Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like Leaving Las Vegas. That's like a perfect Nick Cage role. Where it's like really, I mean, if you, the trajectory that he needs to be on in all of his movies is fucking, it's like an exponential, it needs to be a downward curve the entire time. It's like he needs to be at the rock bottom by the end of the movie. That Nick Cage, he's not supposed to be like a badass. He's not supposed to do cool things. He's supposed to deteriorate over the course of a film.
Absolutely.
And when he does,
there's a scene where he's smoking crack with Exhibit, and because he's so fucked that he decides to make a deal with all these drug dealers to give him a cut of the money, and he'll warn them, where the cops are so they can sell better. And he's riding around town with them, smoking crack, and then at some point he's just like, "Where the fuck's my money?" And he pulls a gun on him, and they're like, "Whoa, dude, what the fuck?" And then he's just saying lame shit, like he takes the gun away and he's like, "Till the break of dawn, baby." And he does like a Joker laugh, and they're all just really weirded out. It was a point in the movie where he just starts Joker laughing, and like all these black dudes are like, "You fucking crazy, man, you know that?" Great fucking movie.
Can you imagine how much Nick Cage would kill at a black party?
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine Nick Cage rolling up?
I could tell he was loving it in that film. I could tell he would love it in real life. Absolutely.
Cage secretly the blackest guy in Hollywood.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm thinking he's black.
I'm thinking I'm black. We should talk about this anime we watched, I guess.
Yeah. I did not anticipate going for this long because I actually have a lot to say.
I got some things I gotta say.
Yeah, I got some stuff I gotta get off my chest. Oh, before we do, I need to take a quick pee break. I think we're like.
Well, I guess I need more booze, anyways.
Yeah.
Hold on. What else is on the Apocalypse Zero soundtrack that I could play while we're gone? Hold on. I can't have dead air. You know me. I can't have dead air.
Of course. I'm gonna while you're doing this.
Here's the complete. What is this? That's an ad. Fuck you. God damn it. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, hold on. Spoilers. That's the ending. Hold on. OST. This is only a minute, but I can pour some whiskey in that amount of time. That'll work. Be right back. And we're back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, we watched Apocalypse Zero,
Yes.
cult favorite.
Yes.
The OVA.
Apparently.
Yes, OVA from 1996. The Japanese title is Kakugo no Susume, which means encouragement of resolve. I mean, it's it's the most Japanese title ever, which actually kind of fits into. I mean, it's a very Japanese show, not just in that it's anime and there's titties, but it's like the spirit of it. I think is very Nippon. So I couldn't figure out who fucking even made this. It was co-produced by Victor Entertainment, Tomy, and Big West Advertising, but it was animated by Ashi Productions and directed by Toshiro Hirano. What else did he do? There are 2 episodes. There were supposed to be 10, but it got canceled. No one knows why.
It's a mystery.
Hirano Toshiki, director of Magic Knight Ray Earth. Ooh, that's something on our to-watch list, but we haven't watched it because it's 50 episodes. Nothing else here that I really recognize. Vampire Princess Miyu. Devil Lady. A lot of cheesy 90s stuff is what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing here. Angel Heart. Yeah.
Oh, sipping from this jug, dude. Oh, yeah.
Storyboards for Sonic X. Great.
Nice.
Cool.
Excellent pedigree.
So, it's based on a manga. And it's known for violence, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It's known for being like the perfect cocktail to destroy a child.
Maybe.
Like if you really wanted to fuck a kid up, you know, like an 8-year-old or like maybe like a 10-year-old, sit them down in front of this, and I think you could get yourself a real serial killer going.
Well, this minus the heroism maybe would.
Sure.
That would do that. I feel like if our boy wasn't so wholesome,
so pure,
maybe that would be true. But I think, it's not. It's not like.
It's got a good.
I only know about this.
Both.
I only know about this because of like 2 guys I follow on Twitter, and one of them is our friend Robin Mask, who is MIA. But according to them, it's like known as pure schlock, but there's more to it than that. So I guess if that is true, then they would be correct. I would say there's probably somewhat more to it than that. It's not like this property that is total trash that no one wants to touch. They claim that Kill la Kill took a lot from it. Maybe, I don't know. There's some like the suits are a little like BDSM. I guess Kill la Kill certainly has that going on.
There's like Kill la Kill's got kind of like blood-like tendril stuff going on at times in the suits.
There's a lot of nudity.
But
in sort of a what's his name? In sort of a Mishima way, where it's sort of like you're naked, but also you got a sword.
There's a gross. It's like simultaneously grossly sexual and incredibly violent. It's like I feel like this is kind of born out of like the Scorpio Rising, like gay biker New York artist thing. It's like if you watch this, you're either really into sludge metal or you ironically get fucked in the ass.
Getting pegged by my girlfriend as a joke.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's and the guy I heard from this about a lot on Twitter, he claims that it like reappropriates Japanese like fascistic imagery to use it for good, and I think that might be taking it a little far. But then again, I haven't read the manga. This is obviously like a totally mangled adaptation. It's like 2 episodes that that probably skips over 99% of the good stuff, if there is any good stuff. Which I assume there must be some of, because I think this manga is like somewhat well remembered in Japan. But it's about also the art style is kind of weird, but I like it.
It's like, it looks like fucking like French or something. Like, some of the character designs look like they're some sort of European country trying to do anime. Like, in particular, primary villain.
It looks like Canada tried to do Evangelion.
Sure,
because they have these very thin, these very tiny hip waist structures, very, very big chests, and these kind of squat faces. Everyone looks.
Oh my God.
Everyone is chibi like most of the time, except when they're fighting.
The main villain looks like the an evil lady from fucking Danny Phantom.
Yeah, it looks like how Scott Pilgrim is supposed to look. I think is what I was thinking about earlier. Yeah, it's what Scott Pilgrim wanted to look like. Cool. Yeah. So, we start out with our hero fighting an acidic bear. So it's apocalypse. There were earthquakes or volcanoes or something, and the earth has been destroyed. I should have gotten some clips from the dub. It's not that bad, but which is why I didn't watch the dub. But I think most of the ladies sound like they're 60 somehow, because that's how.
Check, that kind of works. I think that could work, as long as like it's like the villain ladies sound like they're 60.
No, it's the. I think
not like the girls.
Girl. Yeah.
The Capcom looking hoes.
Yeah.
looking like they're like a fucking fighter you never pick in MVC or something. Fucking.
I always pick the cute girl. What are you talking about?
No, of course. Well, it's Surfbot. It's a full team of Surfbots every time.
Mm-hmm. What's unusual about this is that the voice acting is kind of bad in both languages. What's her name? Harura, whatever, the sister / brother. Sounds not great in both English and Japanese. But our main character's name is Kakugo, which is literally like, it just means resolution, like strength or something, It's just
resolve.
Yeah, resolve is his name, basically. And him and we don't know it's his brother yet, but they're introduced to these BDSM fight outfits that cry blood. And then there's a silly font, and it's Apocalypse Zero. And then he goes to the city to go to school, where we see a young couple get assaulted by a big, fat, naked lady.
I mean,
that I can't show because she is very naked, including Bush.
She is truly a specimen, I must say.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw her when I drove by the Sturgis biker rally in fucking.
I think you saw her when you were driving by the Whataburger. Like 2 out of 3 of the villains or monsters in this OVA are sex-based. Like they're horny monsters.
Yeah, like when I was getting at like if you want to really destroy a kid's sexuality, like if he takes away that overactive sexuality is bad and destructive, hey, maybe it can be. Yeah, you could have a worse. I think the
influence.
Kid's gonna take away boobs getting exploded. So I think that's what he's gonna get out of
Only
this.
Gross boobs get exploded. Okay, you need to protect the good boobs.
Oh, I gotta find some gross boobs so I can explode them. Oh, I just saw my dad's dick in a parking lot, and now I gotta kill a woman.
My dad dropped me in the shower, and I saw his dick on the way down. I gotta go find some gross boobs.
Oh man,
that's one of my that happened to me. That's one of my earliest memories. My dad dropping me in the shower. Those like first memories, like the really cloudy ones you have. Like they're both of my first ones ever. Me falling down. The first was me getting dropped in the shower, and the second one is me walking down the stairs on Christmas Day and seeing all the presents, and my mom sitting there. It's just like this beautiful picturesque scene, and then the whole world tumbling back over itself as I fall down the stairs. Oh goddamn!
I feel like, is your dad Randy Marsh from fucking South Park?
I think Randy Marsh is all our dads, really. In the end, he's an amalgamation.
Just the amount of it's insane misadventures that's just great.
Yeah, pretty much. If you ever seen the episode where Randy joins AA, that's like that's every dad when he joins AA. He's like, I have new friends now. He says shit like that.
Oh my god!
Great.
If it wasn't for the whole part where you and your dad didn't talk for like 8 years,
like
I
7.
think 7 years. Oh, of course, only 7. I think
now him and me are buds, and my sister won't talk to him, and she won't tell him why, and she had his house egged.
What?
he thinks that she's so pissed at him that she or someone she knew egged his house because
When?
like a couple days before Halloween, I think.
Fuck, this year?
Yeah. She's 20.
There's no way. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. There's no way. As much as I want to believe
23.
that your sister is some sort of conspiratorial egg bandit, I don't think that's the case.
I mean, yeah. Like he was like, yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. But like, no one else's house got egged, in his whole neighborhood. And he's in a dense neighborhood. He's in the city.
You should ask your sister.
Well, she's not going to admit to that because how would I know unless he told me? And then,
Man, yo, sis, you got a sick egging on dad's spot,
you-
on dad's crib.
Yo, sis, I always thought you were really cool. I think it's cool how you play beer pong with your friends. You know anyone who can throw some eggs?
Declan, why are you wearing your hat backwards? Declan, why did you
get that longboard?
Why did you go buy a flat brim cap to wear tilted sideways?
It's
Why are you?
but it's like a Bass Pro hat.
Why are you wearing a Rick and Morty t-shirt? I don't get it. Well, that's great. It's not great that your dad's house got egged, but
he's just like, yeah, she keeps sending me these horrible emails, and then my house got egged. I don't know.
I think you got the better deal.
Because he implied that like he goes like, yeah, she has all these like opinions. So I think like he says like dad stuff, like he just says shit like, yeah, I don't know if like dressing like a girl makes you a girl, I don't. So he says shit like that, just thinking it's gonna be an uncontroversial like thought that he had.
Please understand that I'm coming from a place of complete ignorance.
Yeah, he's fucking 55, and yeah, I'm sure she hears that and goes, "What? Are you like?" And thinks he's a murderer.
As if he's thought about the moral implications.
Well, as if he's paying attention, as if he's on Twitter, basically.
Yeah, as if he's like sitting on like a forum somewhere discussing gender politics.
Being up to date on. It turns out this is murder today. Okay, I guess I'll stop saying that. I would
be amazed if your dad got news from anywhere outside of like waiting in line at the DMV. Or like
well, no, he's reading the news all the time, but you're still not gonna get like the really down and dirty, like he knows what's going on all the time, but he doesn't know you're just like not
get the meta news.
Yeah, because like he hears sound clips and he's you're like, oh, so the way he said it, that's bad, obviously, but he doesn't like know that you can't. Yeah, like he doesn't know, it's the subtleties. I don't know. So he's just gonna so he just that's. So he bought a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he bought?
Just a 22.
Nice, man. You going plinking yet? You going plinking with your old pops?
No, he went up by his lake house, but he had me hold it. It's pretty nice. It's a Savage 22, just regular. But it's got a nice metal magazine, which usually they're polymer, I think.
Yeah. Or like aluminum or something.
It's a takedown, so you can take the barrel off. It's a nice little case. It's cool.
Declan, are you too big to sit on your pop's lap and shoot your dad's 22? You mean it? It's like, Dad, can you put your swim trunks on first?
Dad, get changed.
Look,
I got prostate problems. I never know when I'm gonna go. Okay, it's easier this way.
I saw a girl. I drove by a Burger King recently, and I saw a girl with a very similar problem. It seems.
That's the public urination is that's the thing that sex perverts always say that they got hit with when they're on the registry.
Which means that they definitely fucked a kid or something.
Oh yeah, but it's always crazy because like it totally works. Like people like that's one of the it's just one of those things you'll see on Reddit all the time. I think still I would always see it years ago. Is like you can put on the sex offender registry for peeing in public. It's like, no, idiot. That's like people who are jerking off in front of children say that they were just peeing when the cops show up, and that's why you can get put on the registry for, you know, public urination, because you happen to be peeing in front of two teenage girls. So that's what that is for. No one like is just pissing next to a bar because they're wasted and like gets put on the sex offender registry. But people hear like their friends be like, "Oh, I was just peeing. I just had to pee, and they put me on the fucking registry, man." And they're like, "Oh my god, what an injustice!" And then you get like, you know, I assume Joe Rogan repeats that. He's the kind of guy who would fall for that.
Of course, man. Yeah. Oh man. Not to talk about other people's podcasts.
You're gonna talking shit on the most popular podcast on the planet?
No. I just he just had Alex Jones on.
Yeah, I saw him, of course.
And it was like an okay episode or whatever. And Alex Jones was inviting himself on because Joe Rogan does a election live stream or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, am I gonna come over? Am I gonna come on? Am I gonna come on for the election live stream? Can I pop in?" And Joe's like, "Yeah, man, you can pop in or whatever." And that day he's like, "Yeah, Alex isn't gonna be on tonight. He's gonna do his own thing." And I saw a video later of Alex Jones doing his own thing, which was screaming in front of one of the ballot collection locations with a megaphone.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
He should have been there, because the guy Joe Rogan had on instead was fucking insufferable. I couldn't watch 5 more minutes of that guy.
God. I mean, no, I turned it off after like 10 minutes.
And then I realized, like, oh my god, that was the niggas is hungry guy. I keep seeing. I've been seeing that tweet. People retweet that tweet jokingly. For like this entire year, I've constantly been seeing that tweet get retweeted from 2011. He just tweeted, "Niggas is hungry," like HOUNGRY, and I was like, "Oh my god, that was that guy. That was the niggas is hungry guy."
Wait, that's him? Yeah,
man.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
Well, yeah, he's discovered Adderall since then. So, my man seemed cranked up, but yeah, no, he has absolutely no insight at all. I like it was there was he doesn't have jokes or insight, so it was completely worthless. And he talked like 75% of the time, and Joe Rogan's just like nodding, like you know. he's like, damn, I haven't thought about it like that, you know. Anyway, yes, I guess we are talking shit on somebody who's made $100 million. Anyway, back to our anime, I guess.
Yes. Let's see. We were still on episode 1, I believe. Oh, there's big cockroaches everywhere. Everyone's eyes are drawn out just a little weird. Like, they all look a little too cutesy. Even though, like, they're drawn... Like, there's a shot of the delinquent guy who's in like the delinquent outfit, like he's got the like gloves with the studded knuckles and like the hat and everything, and his eyes are drawn like very 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 cute like, so yeah, fat lady crushes. We got our first instance of ultra violence where she crushes this schoolgirl, and
they waste no time, by the way.
Yeah. So then in the classroom, there's our main female lead. Her name is Horie, and everyone in this class either looks like a weird dwarf or a main character. It's a very, very strong case of spot the main characters. It's like everyone is like really fucked up looking, except for like these other 2 people who are way over designed.
Like 7 foot tall.
Yeah. Just like beautiful hair, all different. And she does a cappella singing. To bring hope and make these butterflies. I don't know. Main character walks. He's the transfer student. He's in a Navy outfit. He gets beaten up by the delinquent. And meanwhile, the big fat monster lady is apparently raping this dude that she captured. Also rips his face off. Do I have a? Oh yeah, I have that here. I can't show the nudity. But I can show this on YouTube. I think probably.
American baby.
Mm-hmm. So he's still. He's probably our most unfortunate character. So yeah, his face gets eaten. Later, when all our characters are walking home from school, she is wearing the guy's face on her titty, the monster lady, and the delinquent guy recognizes the guy. What's that?
I like that. That's a nice touch.
That's fucked up, but like also how? It's all stressed out. There's no way I would recognize. Well, no, I don't think. I still don't think that you would know it. You would recognize anyone. But now she breathes fire, and our guy shows up in the suit. I don't know why he's here in this school in this city, but he's been assigned here, and he's got the suit, and he calls himself Zero, and he beats her, and she pukes up a lot of skulls, and the guy comes out. He was still alive.
Oh my god, how horrifying!
Again, he really gets the toughest break here, and
I want to say it. Fucking, it takes a lot to. I'm not a squeamish guy, but that got me. I'm like, this is fucked. This guy living inside of the woman who rips his face off. First of all, the fact that he's living after his face is ripped off at all, not good. I think you want to be pretty much done at that point. You know,
I would like to be done.
Check please, but then having to exist inside of stomach acid and like you're dissolving and your face is still stinging. It's just, I bet
everything is stinging once you've been submerged in stomach acid and bile. But yeah,
I'm gonna say genuinely freaked me out. I'm like, that's not good.
I mean, I was maybe it's just because I had heard a lot about this. I was expecting like even the main characters just be killed off horribly, like because the way people talk about it, like, and again, I haven't heard people talk about it this way, but I've heard people talk about it like it's been talked about this way. That it's just this horrible, nihilistic, just pure violence, like totally, almost like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, just like anti-art, just like only sex and violence and no substance.
Puppies getting put in blenders, like
I was just expecting like the dog episode of Elf and Lead over and over again, just oh god, this is just like, why am I watching this? This is just gross. But it wasn't that bad. But yeah, it's somewhat fucked up that that guy was still sort of alive. But that was really that's the worst of it, really. After this, like second episode, straight up silly, compared to this.
Yes.
And then we finally cut back to our main character's partner, who I guess it turns out is his sister, who is evil now and lives in a castle. And she's got these like lady gimps in some kind of skin suits. And to show that she's still strong, she kills some dudes. Voiced by Megumi Ogata, by the way. Most recent role, the doctor lady from Akudama Drive, which you watched.
Shit.
She was also Yugi Muto in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, nice.
So she's still around. So they are siblings, we learn. And because she's watching him on her big TV. There's immediately another monster the next day as the kids head to school. I don't know how they've made it this long. I don't know how they've made it to the teen years.
This was something I was thinking about as well. Is I'm like, they have like apartments, like and like even
sure.
inside the apartments are completely like fucked. Like the walls are cracked and like it looks like the building's gonna come down at any minute. Yeah, like it doesn't seem like their security is. I mean, are there only like a couple bands of roaming murderers and they don't come through very often?
Dude, like 99% of the students get killed each year, and this is like the first day of class, the second day.
Why are you even having class?
Yeah, don't have class. I mean, like, hey, we've learned in an almost apocalyptic scenario, people still want to go to fucking school for some reason. So I guess that's pretty realistic. Topical. That's my one snarky topical comment for this episode. Yeah. I couldn't resist. I hate it. I hate that I did that, but I did it anyways. Fuck you.
I hope you guys all voted. Remember to get in your votes.
I voted with my money and I lost $150. Fuck you. I was up 600 and I went to bed, and that's when they decided to steal it. Go fuck yourself. Give me my money back.
I'm
so mad.
I might as well have been burning your money when I was burning those fucking envelopes, bro.
I was wondering if. Okay, I wasn't following your envelope joke. I was thinking that was the joke.
I didn't execute it. Kind of a dud. It's kind of squeaked out.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like Texas, which didn't defy expectations. So there, like, you wouldn't have.
I tried my best.
If you had lived in, Pennsylvania, then it would be like, okay, I fucking hid all these weird pieces of paper behind a dumpster behind a Chinese restaurant. But I was, I couldn't keep up.
Put those they were thick ass fucking envelopes too. You know what they did? This is the fucking ingenuity of the Chinese. They did a little bit of fucking origami action, turned them into fucking takeout boxes. They're smart like that.
I was gonna make so much money. I was right, god damn it, and they fucking took it all away from me. At least chain links up.
You know what I just got in?
What's that?
Got in district ox, which went up fucking 150% overnight.
What the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
Is that the name of a cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
District Ox?
Is it District 0X? I don't know. Whatever it is, I saw it going up, and I'm like, I feel like I might be able to catch the tail end of this.
A network of decentralized markets and communities.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that means. You know what it means for me?
Powered by Ethereum, Aragon, and IPFS. Oh my god, this is Buzzword City. What the fuck is this? There's no way this is real. Dude, get out as soon as you can.
You think I'm still in that shit?
What?
Got in that shit, went up 150%, got out.
Hell, that's how you fucking do it. Hell yeah. Oh,
and,
you've come a long way, Grasshopper.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing with small sums of money.
You did it, my boy. Hell yeah.
But yeah, anyway, any day
now. Okay. Apocalypse Zero. What's going on? He beats the fat lady. Another monster. He transforms. It's a big plant. He beats it. And then the partner of the big plant, this weird fish gnome thing, shows up. And this one is like punk rock themed, but also sort of BDSM. It's all about its individuality.
I like that one a lot.
Yes. Again, also, very, very, very trad Japanese. It's like, yo, fuck this weird nipple pierce punk shit. So he beats that one too. That one sings for a while. Pretty good. Again, most of this is like a gag comedy. It's just like if there weren't all these weird instances of like very very grotesque violence, it would just be a fun comedy, really. I'm
starting to see the Kill comparison. I'm starting to see it a little bit more. I think it's really like, okay, all right, I'm starting to buy it because like of like the designs of the outfits and everything, and if you do pull the very over the top violence out of the equation, you're kind of starting to look at it there, where it's like there's a school. Here, I guess, everyone's wearing these military uniform kind of deals.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see it. I don't necessarily. I'd have to rewatch Kill la Kill and really dig in. I don't remember like titty monsters, or like microphone dicks, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is there.
Yeah, I mean, like some of it could be coincidence, and some of it could just be like a lot of this is just like 90s Sentai stuff, right? Like he's a cool hero. He fights for the human spirit. It's, there's weird monsters with themes that shout. They have weird, all the monsters have weird qualms. Like one of the flower doesn't like their uniforms. The fat lady doesn't like that the girls are pretty and hang out with boys. The
old
big
guy is old.
The big fish is like punk rock themed, and he's upset about, being boxed in with society. There's all these weird, these themed villains. I don't think it came from Apocalypse Zero, I assume.
Well, that particular element, no. And you could chalk it up to just like similarities and stuff, but it's specifically like in the uniforms and some of the designs of like the suits or whatever, and the way that they're put on.
Sure,
I'm not saying I'm totally by it, but I'm seeing stuff.
Also, the suits here are biological, and they do have like a spirit. They have like a consciousness before Evangelion. Just saying. I mean, the manga was before Evangelion. This was the same year,
sure.
So probably preempted it. Just saying.
Hack.
Fucking hack, Anna. There was that news that 3.0 plus 1.0 was gonna be 6 hours. And then it was like, no, not true rumors. It's gonna be 4 hours. So I don't know what the fucking thing.
Hours?
I don't know, man.
I feel like we should know this by now.
Yeah, it's only a few months, right?
I should be able to buy Evangelion merch soon, right? There's got to be a new wave.
Oh no, you can't buy Evangelion merch. What the fuck are you talking about?
Let's see. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Doesn't
Still
have
don't know.
no time. Yeah. Kara suggested the runtime of the finished film could be over 2 hours. With the D part, what does that mean?
D part clocking in at 41 minutes. A, B, C, D.
Mean?
Well, there's like beginning, middle, end, and then there's D.
The fucking post-credit sequence is 41 minutes long.
Sure, yeah. Fuck it, man.
The next time on Evangelion.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll even have that. There must not.
I don't believe they had one. I don't think they had those like Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 thrice upon a time. Man, do you think they have somebody at Kara just all day working on like what's the next stupid name that we're gonna call?
No, because we had the best stupid name and they didn't go with it. We had You Can't Not Rebuild, and they ignored us. Yeah. Frauds.
We don't know that this is the final title yet.
They're not Kanye. They've already announced it. It's over.
They announced a number of titles for this film.
But it's coming out in 2 months.
We'll see. They're gonna slide it in there at the fucking whatever hour.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. So this is when we find out that the main character's rival is actually his brother, not his sister. When he turned bad, he also got titties. He's a hermaphrodite.
Sick.
So, and then that's the end of the first episode. I can see why people think the tone on this is kind of weird. It's mostly fun action Sentai, truth, justice, the Japanese way kind of thing, but then also horrible death and gore.
Yeah, so, again, like it's the kind of thing. If you catch it at the right age, it could make you real fucked up or real cool.
Or real fucking cool. Yeah.
If you're like 13 or 14, I think this might make you pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, if you're 8, could go either way.
Really uncool.
Yeah.
It's gonna really make it hard for you to fit in your class. You know.
Yeah, you've seen some things that your fellow students are not really going to be able to process.
I don't know what happened with Declan. He used to be this vibrant, kind of exuberant young kid, and now he just kind of sits in the back of the classroom digging a hole into his desk. I see he's using a compass back there, and he just wrote death on his desk with the compass. It's really dug in there.
That did happen, except I didn't see Apocalypse Zero. I just got dumped by my horse girl girlfriend. So. My big titty Protestant girlfriend.
That feel.
Oh shit! Hold on, I lost my headphones. I can't hear you.
Man, fuck God, bro.
Okay, I'm back.
Yo, you know, like fucking. She's a Protestant. What if it's like fuck God though? What if Satan's actually so cool? What if Satan was actually the fucking good guy, bro? Fucking crazy. I've had dark thoughts sometimes. Sometimes I have dark thoughts.
Yo, dude, it's just called the Church of Satan, bro. Their religion is like, don't be a fucking dick, okay?
Yeah, honestly, it's like...
It's just like, don't be a fucking... It's just like, think for yourself and like, maybe like, don't be a dick, okay?
Self-worship, bro.
Yeah, it's like, maybe you worship like being good, being a good person. How about that instead?
Being chill, bro. Satan's like, man, I don't want to fucking be held down.
Dude, it's just called the Church of Raping Children. It's actually about not being a fucking turd. It's about not being a tool to people. We're just called the Church of fucking kids, okay?
My fucking dad or something? Think you're my dad?
Joe Rogan talked about us, okay? It's like a real thing, okay? It's like a real thing. We have a book.
Do you think you're my dad just because I'm your son? You think just because I am your biological offspring, you're my dad? You're not my dad.
Family is actually like who you love and who you care about. And for me, it just happens to be Satan, but that's not part of the Church of Satan. But like, yeah, we need to get rid of these. That's how family is. You fucking.
You know, my stepdad Tom lets me drive his Corvette. It's an '80s hardtop Corvette. He lets me drive it. He lets me go on the highway. He lets me, I know the limit's 65 here. He lets me put it up to 72. Dad, if that is your
They
name.
won't pull you over if you're going only 12 over. Okay, he knows that. I've been sure he doesn't care that I've been grinding down the transmission. Okay, I'm learning. He's nice. He's a cool guy.
You know what we did? We went and peed on McDonald's, dude. That was sick. Tom's way cooler than you are. You know what Tom listens to? AC/DC. It's cool. Unlike you. Is Led Zeppelin? Fucking gross, dude. I can't fuck
Tom
with
can
Led
play
Zeppelin.
Smoke on the Water on a guitar. It's an electric guitar. Okay, he's
Yeah,
like an
he's-
expert. He knows how to. He can like play the.
He's like a serious shredder, dude.
He can play
could've been-
right and left-handed. Okay, you can't.
Dude, he made the final audition for Foreigner, okay? So much fucking cooler than you, Dad.
He was almost in The Sopranos. Okay, they threw his name out a few times. They cut him out at the last second, but he was almost in it. He was almost like a main character in The Sopranos.
Dude, he's working on his second doctorate right now. He just sold some product to NASA.
I think Tom is our friend Winston. This is the same guy. He's about to sell some crazy shit to medical companies that are gonna it's gonna end colds.
Man, Winston's gonna be the best crazy stepdad.
He rules.
He's gonna end up in the White House, bro.
Oh, I fucking hope. Oh, dude, that guarantees me a spot. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's seen you enough. You know.
Oh yeah.
You still working at that liquor store?
I haven't seen him from there in a while. At there being there.
He probably bought a mansion somewhere, man.
Yeah, he probably finally sold that cure to whatever he was selling,
Yeah.
and got that contract. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get me those fucking any day now. He's gonna come through on those Kid Cudi tickets from.
I mean, I genuinely hope the best outcome for any compulsive liar is that they actually pull through on one thing and oh shit, they're actually a millionaire because they invented,
Yeah.
a new protein that fucking kills whatever.
Yeah, they
rhinoviruses.
invent a thing that breaks down plastic or whatever, and then for the rest of his life, he gets to go on to podcasts and be a grifter.
Yeah, you get one article in Discover magazine or whatever, you're fucking set. You make up whatever numbers you want.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll find his way into some sort of cabinet somewhere, you know.
Someone's cabinet. Yeah, he'll get a job in Ukraine, and just showing up, making $50,000 a month, and getting foot jobs.
Foot jobs from his 14-year-old niece.
Yeah.
Look, man, she was helping me pee in public. She was. Yeah,
I was just getting some help. I couldn't see I had no.
So fucking whacked out on blow.
I hope someone keeps tabs on how much crack is being bought and sold and done, because I want to see the spike after Hunter's fucking exploits have been publicized. I want to see the crack numbers.
We need to get a lot of Himalayan sea salt delivered for this party at the White House.
I mean, I'm genuinely considering doing crack because of Hunter Biden.
Worked out for him, man.
Of course I think it worked out, and then he started doing crack, but still, he kept it working even after he did the crack, so it can't be that bad,
We need $41,000 worth of enriched sugar delivered to the White House for this party.
I think that's a little too. You can be more subtle than that. Come on now.
We're going
no one
to
says enriched sugar.
The hot dogs are in the pool.
Thank you.
Waiting. Excited for that sugar.
We need 30 grams of napkins with pizza-related maps on them delivered. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Give me some crack.
Any luck on
children.
I accidentally tweet that or something.
Accidentally what?
Accidentally tweet it thinking it's an email.
No, or he accidentally he tries to order a bunch of crack, but he gets a bunch of Indonesian kids in mail instead.
Just Linda. It's like, oh man, this is a serious mix-up. I did not. I only wanted 3, and you guys.
That'd be a funny sitcom if he has to take care of them and has to learn how to be a dad.
Oh, man, it's gonna be What kind of language do these Indonesians speak? The only language I speak is the language of love with my niece.
with my penis.
Man, if you see Joe Biden lay a full one on his granddaughter, hold on.
Like a
He's,
turd? He
no,
shits on
no,
her
he
chest?
fucking laid a serious smackola on her lips. Hold on,
Oh,
hit her with.
whatever. He's old.
But yeah, no, I'm jealous, dude. If that was my granddaughter, look
I
at
don't
this.
know if jealous is the right word, but yeah, you're understanding.
Here, look at a load of this.
Jealous.
I'm like,
Nice.
shit. Nice, Joe. I wish she was grabbing her chin or something.
Yeah, just like hand on the side of her face. Somehow they both look. Why do they both look like they're being like coerced? Like it's a voluntary. Like it doesn't help them, but also they seem like they don't want to do it. Like it's not like something that they're doing for
Nobody
publicity.
told Joe. Like he's literally behind the podium with this. Like he's campaigning. It's like, Joe. Okay, I get it. You're affectionate, and we know it's not weird. It's something that we do in our family. Like, okay, like
Yeah.
that's that's just the way that is our family. Is that we in our home? That's how we express ourselves. Like, okay, I get it, Joe. Everybody's gonna be watching you make out with your sexy granddaughter and think the wrong thing.
Listen here, Jack. I'm gonna plant a fat one on my niece, or if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna hold my niece's sexy, plump, dick-sucking lips accountable.
Back in my day, the Tiger granddaughter.
I'm about to corn pop that pussy, bitch.
How about
Oh, you have multiple pictures of him fucking smooching his knees. Okay. Huh.
yeah, you'd be doing that, man.
It'd be funny if everyone thought he was weird for doing that, and then like he just brought Hunter out on stage with them in his victory speech, and then smooched him too, right on the lips.
Pretty good. Hunter's fucking he goes in for the kiss and accidentally comes out with a cigarette.
Yeah, he kisses him, and then somehow there's a joint in his mouth, and he's like, "Whoa, where did this come from?"
We gotta finish up.
Episode 2 of Apocalypse of Kakagono Susume. There's a flashback. I'm finishing off my bottle of Maker's Mark I bought on Election Day.
Nice.
Suit training flashback. It's biological suit again, like I mentioned. And also there's some unsuspecting horny fellows sitting by the bay who encounter a hot nurse who I assumed was bad and turns out was. So they all try to fuck her, and she eats them, and then shows up at our boy's apartment, and looking all distressed, and gets into his apartment and gets nude. And this is the best scene in the show, by the way. Is first of all,
this is the best scene in the show.
It's so good. She's fully. First
sure.
of all, her pits are hairy, which I don't understand, but whatever.
I get the French element, the French component of like this is some weird French Canadians making an anime thing.
Okay, sure, yeah. But she gets nude, and protagonist having fucking none of it, and just backhands her. What's that?
He's the most morally correct and the morally sound protagonist in the history of anime.
It's like, yeah, I can see like they were trying to make Japanese Superman. Like he is the male mirror image of the Yamato Nadeshiko. Like he is perfectly honorable.
No, seriously, like this is like some Siegel and Schuster shit. You know, like how like after World War II, a couple of Jews were in there fucking. You know, they were in New York and they're like, we're gonna make somebody that fuck up some Nazis or whatever. It's perfect. It's like it is. Whatever.
Except it's hot women instead of
Well, but for a fact, Superman punched a bitch who tried to fuck him at one point. There's no question.
So.
There's no question. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up.
Did Superman punch a bitch? So yeah, she's trying to seduce him. He's not falling for it. He fucking just starts beating her, and he says 0. It's great. Anyways, it's great. So that's 2 of 3 monsters that are titty themed. So after he beats,
she was like, I guess when she's in monster form, she's titty themed, but she's also pussy themed at first.
Right. She actually drags fellas in. So Harara, meanwhile, in her castle, hires like a wrinkly midget guy who she sends to his school. Um, MC is like just coming to school every day in this Navy uniform. No one else is like in that uniform. I don't know, but that's his thing, I guess. Um, then it's swim day in PE. One of the girls just has her titty out. Did you see that?
Yeah, what the fuck is the deal with that?
There's no explanation.
Yeah, she's kind of like caveman in it, where she's only got one strap.
There's no like, just one of her titties
Nobody
is
points
out.
it out.
No one pays any attention to it. It's very odd. I appreciated it.
For sure. I love the titty as much as the next.
Very odd. Yeah, titties well drawn, except for the big gross lady, but that's on purpose. Yeah, the rest of them fine. Yeah. So it's perfect time to sneak up on them because they're in the pool. The delinquent guy who at first was like his rival, but then they find out he's cool. He's Zero. He's like his bud now, but he keeps like pointing out things to the girls to make him seem lame that obviously will make him seem cooler to them. Yeah. Like he shows up at the pool and he's like, "Hey, check it out! This guy's got metal studs embedded in his body. like check out this weirdo." And obviously, all the girls just fucking get soaked instantly. It's because it's the hottest thing ever. The dude just has a bunch of metal implanted into him.
Oh my god, he's damaged. I wonder if I can save him.
Yeah, even I was like, "Ooh, damn, that's fucking sweet."
Cool look. I might have to go get some of those embedded in me, man.
Yeah. So, then the dwarf guy that she hires shows up, and he's got an alien mouth, and even without the suit, he's still able to beat him. He has a dragon for a dick, I think. For some reason, with this monster, he decides to question it because somehow he knows he's working for someone. I don't know how he knew that. But then we get another flashback of the fight between Hara and the Master, and we see the transformation.
Countering the most entertaining scene in the entire show is also the most boring scene in the entire show. It's
not that long, but sure. But yeah, there's two suits. One of them is I forget what the other one's called. Zero and the other one. Main character's got Zero. The other suit seemingly corrupted his brother, turned him into a lady, and also made him want to kill all humans, exterminate him. So we see that happen, and then there's a fight between the brother, sister, and the Master. Master gets killed, and main character gets beaten, but he falls off a cliff. Sister didn't know he was alive, just found out.
He gets fucked up.
Yeah,
he's spewing guts. Literally.
Yeah, we see in an earlier scene that the sister can make people's like intestines come out their mouth, but like way more intestines than you think a person has. But anyways, yeah, a little bit of his come out. He kind of keeps it in, and then he falls off a cliff. So he's okay, it turns out. And then Harara takes over the elf in like VR, but it's like also sort of. I don't know if it's Aiming Alien. Like it's like everything. It's like G Gundam. It's like all these.
I don't know why she would do that. Seems like
she's bored. That's one reason. Not that she can't find anything to challenge her. Also, she finally found her brother. I don't know. She's impulsive, maybe.
Perhaps.
But if the body of the elf thing dies, she also dies. But so she's got a bunch of electrodes on her, and is fighting them. So they fight for a bit, but she gets beaten, and the last scene is she's probably not actually dead. There's all these wacky villains surrounding her. She's like embedded. She's probably gonna come back. She's like in stasis or whatever. So, but that's the end of this series.
Shit was rad.
It was it was pretty all right.
I liked it. I wouldn't do 24.
No.
Might do 12. Definitely would do 6. If they ran 6 or planned for 10, you can get me in for 10 of these.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's kind of the same things happen in both of these episodes, hopefully they would change it up a little bit. But yeah. They planned 10. I would do 10 for sure.
Yeah, and it would be like a really good thing if you're like just getting into weed or like like you want to prove that you're like the weirdest of your group. You know, you're like an art kid in college, and you're like, yeah, guys, I got some pretty out there taste. Oh, you guys like Sword Art Online? Check this thing out, and you fucking pop this on them. Maybe get them a little drunk. I think the recipe for good time. This would be a great group watch, I must say, because
Yeah, totally.
be like,
Oh my god, when he slaps the succubus or whatever. I mean, I was by myself and I fucking threw my hands in the air screaming. I love that shit. Yeah. It's so good.
Super entertaining. I think the only part I really was not super invested in was the backstory. Honestly.
Yeah, the plot is clearly mangled. Clearly mangled from something. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's been mangled for sure. But it's still pretty fun.
Yeah.
Interesting art style. Not crazy animation, but totally serviceable. Not a lot of character development. Whatever.
I got it. The perfect scenario for this is you're 13 or 14 and your older brother is 18.
And you've seen 2 anime.
Yeah.
You've seen My Hero Academia seasons 1 and 2, and you've
caught like
Demon
8
Slayer
episodes of Naruto on or something. And your brother leaves to go to college, and you just kind of go into his bedroom one day.
You watch some Bleach, and you watch some Mariaholic for some reason.
Your cool older brother is gone. And you're kind of bumming, so you go sit on his bed. You're like, oh man, I miss my cool older brother. And you look over and you see on the shelf, it's like, oh, I didn't know he was into anime,
Yeah.
And like, and like you flip through a couple of like, I'm trying to think of what would be a good thing. He's got like, copy of Eden of the East, and like Samurai Champloo, and you're like, whoa, what's this? This looks pretty dark and edgy, and you spin it up, and then your life's forever changed, and you die at 41 of liver failure because you're now a cool alcoholic.
That's right.
That's it. Share this with your young teen nieces and nephews.
Yeah, if you're babysitting anyone, show this to them.
Yeah, it's kids are watching more fucked up stuff than this on YouTube all day.
Yeah, they all have an OnlyFans. It's fine.
Yeah, they all have an OnlyFans, and they're fucking tucking their dick between their legs and starting to learn.
They're ordering hormones off Amazon, and they got knee socks and they got thigh highs.
Honestly,
get them off of that.
This might straighten them out. This might straighten them out a little bit.
Hopefully.
Depending on the age.
Test the waters out.
Fucking get back to us with results.
Yeah, show them episode 1. If they're crying, maybe hold off. But if they are,
if you got twins, that's ideal. Because you can have a control and really start getting scientific. Honestly, just
review
it.
I forgot the fucking Nazi scientist's name. That would have been good. Mengele, yeah, twins.
Yeah.
Do one of those.
Yeah, if you got Siamese twins, maybe put up like a blind and put earplugs in on one of them and let the other one watch and see if it affects the other one. See if the other one also becomes more twisted. These are ideas. I'm throwing this out there.
If you have Siamese twins, jerk one of them off and see the other one's brainwaves get activated. It's interesting.
Yeah, and then if you're not really getting any good information, maybe you just kill one of them.
Okay, well, that's probably it for this episode.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, love you.
0 concurrent viewers, we love you, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Woo! So fun.
Happy. Kind of think we put on for a hit.
その心を支配するのはうごめく秋狂気で負けど正義の意味を語る言葉など今いらぬ友柄よ見えるかここに捧げし一世そして祈り新聞の兆候よ我を立たせたまえ気晴なき人の明日のために無限の英霊よ我を砕きたまえそれが永遠の礎なら我が身はすでに覚悟